What is up, Neo YouTube? I am just a simple new type, and in this video we are continuing our adventure in the future century as we follow Domon on his quest to find his brother and the Devil Gundam. Last time we learned about Kyoji, who killed their own mother and caused their father to be sentenced to a cryogenic stasis forever. We also ran into the Gundam fighter that was also a prisoner. In this episode, Domon will run into his old master, Master Asia. We will also learn about the Devil Gundam's DG cells and their self-replicating abilities. So let's get into this. Neo-France fighter George Descend is currently fighting a losing battle against Gentle Chapman of Neo England. It seems he is cheating by using smoke and copies of himself. Later, Chapman is playing cards when Domon comes in and asks about his brother Kyoji. Domon plays him in a hand of cards. He gets 3 aces, but Chapman has a full house. It isn't until Domon reveals that Chapman has been cheating this whole time. Chapman gives Domon and Rain a place to stay. Suddenly, George comes in. He is still alive. George is an honorable man who seeks out honorable duels. As a 3-time winner, George saw Chapman as a worthy opponent, but it seems since he has resorted to cheating, he is no longer the honorable man he once was. By using dummies to fight with George, it breaks the Gundam Fight International regulations in which a fighter must fight one-on-one. Chapman wakes up in a gasp. It seems he has taken too many pills of some sort. Domon is being treated with respect, but all he wants is a match with Chapman. Rain steals one of the pills to find out it is a mental stimulant. She sneaks around to find the dummy pilots, but is suddenly knocked out by one of Chapman's men. Chapman pulls a gun on Domon, but Chapman is coming down off his drugs. He decides in this moment for some reason that he will fight Domon. Chapman calls for John Bull Gundam, the GF-13003 NEL John Bull Gundam, or Royal Gundam in the dub, is a 3-time winning Gundam fighter. Even though Chapman has his boxing skills, which makes him a great short-range fighter, he thrives when shooting at long range. John Bull is like the Uncle Sam of England also. It has Vulcan guns, a machine cannon, and a long beam rifle. Domon gets in shining. Chapman's wife, Manon, sends out the smoke screen as well as the dummy Gundams. Rain wakes up and tries to stop Manon. Domon takes out a bunch of dummies with ease. Chapman begins attacking Shining from long range. Shining takes cover, but dummies are trying to draw out Domon. A dummy goes down. It was George in the Rose Gundam that took the shot. George tells Domon that he is using stimulants. He takes out the dummies while Domon goes for Chapman. Meanwhile, Manon tells Rain that Chapman doesn't know anything about this, and Manon has been drugging this old man to keep him fighting. Hell yeah, elder abuse. Shining charges John Bull, but he shoots Shining and falls before Chapman's feet. He points a gun at Shining's head, but the drugs are starting to wear off, and he is starting to become manic, egging on Domon to shoot him. Domon uses the Shining Finger and crushes his head, disqualifying the Gundam. Chapman tells Manon that he knew this whole time that she was helping him. Domon moves on to the next fight. In Neo Egypt, a group of people stumble upon a resurrected Pharaoh Gundam IV. This Pharaoh Gundam was a former winner of the Gundam fight. The GF-400NE Pharaoh Gundam IV was Neo Egypt's 3rd and 4th Gundam fighter and was piloted by Duhal Muhammad. It uses Vulcans, a Mamba whip, along with other weapons when it is infected with DG cells. More on that later. Domon and Rain make their way to Neo Egypt to fight their representative, but they stumble onto Pharaoh Gundam the 12th, already taken down. The cockpit was specifically targeted, meaning they were trying to kill the fighter. The fighter Ramses is found near the downed Gundam. Domon goes to help, but he quickly dies. Off in the distance, another Gundam fight is happening. It happens to be Sai Chi in the Dragon Gundam, fighting the Mummy Pharaoh Gundam. Sai Chi attacks the cockpit of the Gundam and it goes down. He is mad at himself for attacking the cockpit. They seem to think that the Gundam is possessed. Sai wants Domon to stay with him for the night. Sai goes out to pee in the middle of the night to find the mummy. They travel out to the tomb of Duhal Muhammad. It was erected in honor of his heroics. While exploring the tomb, Rain, Domon, and Sai fall into a trap. They just so happen to find Duhal's resting place. Domon opens up Duhal's grave. It turns out that it is empty, so the mummy that they ran into just might happen to be Duhal. The mummy comes bursting in. Rain and Sai leave, but the mummy grabs Sai. Domon fights it, but realizes that it is a robot. Rain throws a bomb as they all bail. The explosion destroys the tomb. Yeah, pure culture. But the mummy Gundam bursts out of the rubble. Sai has no choice but to be a man and fight the mummy for the sake of the Shaolin Temple. While they are fighting, Rain finds out that Duhal lost in the 4th Gundam match to Sai-Chi's grandfather, Sai Fei Long. When the head of the Pharaoh Gundam was taken off, the cockpit was accidentally destroyed, killing Duhal. It seems the Gundam's pride made it continue fighting even after death. That's right, bitch, the power of pride. Understanding the situation, Sai-Chi is ready to battle seriously. He uses the Treasure Flower teaching 10 severing formation. He uses his flags to create a cyclone of fire. The Gundam is down, but it gets back up. Sai doesn't know what is happening. Domon comes in with the shining finger. The mummy regenerates again. Domon realizes this self-regenerative ability comes from none other than the Devil Gundam. It seems anything the Devil Gundam comes in contact with will get some self-healing properties. Shining goes into super mode. Super mode is triggered by emotion and gives a 50% greater output in speed and strength. He uses the shining finger in super mode to destroy the mummy Gundam. Rain is sad that Domon will eventually have to fight his brother. In Neo-Turkey, a homeless man is telling Rain about how the Minaret Gundam has been destroying parts of western Istanbul and how it is shameful that their nation's Gundam fighter would be doing such a thing. While in the city, Rain runs into Said Guzel, a former lover during her college years. Domon leaves them alone, but he finds a Gundam start key and wonders if Said is a Gundam fighter. Rain goes to do a checkup on Said when she finds Devil Gundam cells in his arm. These DG cells are a type of metal that can combine with organic material. It also falls under control and bidding of the Devil Gundam. We talked about the Devil Gundam's ability to self-regenerate. Another one of its specialties is its ability to self-multiply. Said says that Rain must promise not to tell anyone about this. She agrees. Domon scans nearby to find the Minaret Gundam. The DG cells seem to be getting to Said, so naturally, he chokes out Rain. She knocks over and breaks some vials, which snaps him out of it. Rain pretends like she just didn't get choked out. He tells Rain how one day he ran into the Devil Gundam and is attacked, but the Devil Gundam suddenly disappeared. Now Said randomly loses consciousness and causes chaos. Domon comes in to tell them that the military is surrounding their location. Said chases the military off by getting into the Gundam. The GF-13-052 NT Minaret Gundam, also known as the Scythe Gundam in the dub, is known for its huge scimitar sword that is stored in the hip. That's it though. We only see it use the scimitar, but it has to at least have Vulcans or something, right? The DG cells start taking control of the Minaret Gundam. Domon gets in the Shining and fights Minaret. He takes off Said's arm, but it regrows with the help of the DG cells. Said overpowers the Shining. Rain tries to reason with what's left of Said. She tells him that they didn't meet that one day in the past because Domon returned to Neo-Japan. He gets Minaret to stop attacking, but Domon continues his attack. He uses the Shining Finger, but doesn't kill Said. His Shining Finger instead engulfs the Gundam in flames, which is better, I guess? In the colonies, Karato gets a call from Alube and Dr. Mikamura. He informs Karato that Shinjuku, Tokyo, is getting attacked. They assume it is the Devil Gundam, so they send Domon to investigate. In Tokyo, a plane crashes. Rain and Domon go to investigate, but they are suddenly surrounded by a mysterious mobile suit, the Death Army. The JDG-009X Death Army mobile suits are operated by pilots that have completely been taken over by DG cells. It uses its spiked knuckles, beam rifle, and death rifle. They are insignificant, but they thrive in massive numbers. Domon goes to call for the core lander when a masked fighter appears. That man takes Domon's scarf and destroys some death armies with it. Domon realizes that the masked man is the undefeated of the East, Master Asia, the former King of Hearts. A few Nobushis come to help out. The JMS-71 Nobushi is more versatile than the Bushi and can hold its own against the Death Army. It has a Vulcan gun, beam saber, and beam gun. It also resembles the GM from the Universal Century timeline. They greet each other for the first time in a while. He tells Master Asia about the situation with his family. Master Asia tells Domon that all that remains is the Metropolitan Government building in Tokyo. It seems that the Death Army and the Devil Gundam has destroyed most of the city. Master Asia asks Domon if he will help them fight. He shows Domon the Kowloon Gundam. The GF13001 NH Kowloon Gundam, or HOW Gundam in the dub, is the winner of the 12th Gundam fight. It has a machine cannon and the Kowloon cloth, which is like if a beam saber decided to become a scarf. The sirens go off. They are gathered to see that they are surrounded by many of the Death Army. Master Asia wants to try to push them back towards the ocean. Shining, Kowloon, and some Nobushis go out to attack the army. They take them out one by one, but anytime that they fight, the Death Army calls for backup, and the numbers will always outnumber the amount they kill. Domon and Master Asia perform the Chokyu Hao Denindan to take out more numbers faster.
Domon, launch me!
Meanwhile, a lone Mobile Suit Death Army is heading towards the government building. A Nobushi pilot takes it out, but in doing so, it calls out to others for help. As Master Asia leads them out to the sea, they all decide to turn around and head towards the government building. Domon returns to help out while Master Asia takes care of the army in the ocean. The Nobushi pilot is taken out, but Domon comes in and kills the Death Army. The Death Army mobile suits begin retreating, for some reason. A robotic mummy-like creature comes out of the Dark Army mobile suit. Master Asia sets it on fire. Like Said and the mummy, so too do these mobile suits seem to be greatly affected by the DG cells. The Devil Gundam is close by. And that will do it for this episode. Domon is slowly getting closer towards finding his brother. We are also finally seeing the true nature of the DG cells and the Devil Gundam itself. Master Asia might be one of the greatest characters to ever grace the Mobile Suit Gundam universe. Just his ability to take out mobile suits without ever being in a Gundam?
Domon, launch me!
Now that's art. In the next episode, Master Asia gets an upgrade. Does Master Asia have a horse? And does said horse also get a mobile suit? You're damn right it does. But that will do it for now, Neo YouTube. Remember, if you are to meet up with an old friend, you have to be sure to nail the secret handshake. Peace.
Domon, launch me!